Mr. Engineer Tariq. He will be the questions, answering our questions. Now, before we start, I would like to encourage anyone who is interested to know about collaborations between companies to foster innovation and technology. This is the right place to come to and to listen. And furthermore, how to make a regional collaboration. So if you are a local entity, then how to expand to a regional collaboration. So I believe you will be in the right place to benefit from this session. Now, without any further ado, I would like to start with the question, which is about who is the national talent company, or who are the national talent company. So if you can give us just a background about what your company do.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So National Talent Company is a Saudi company founded in 2007. Was established with an ambitious to empower the audience and to unlock their fully potential. In National Talent, we are creating unforgettable visitor experience that engage and inspire and expand through expanding the knowledge of the visitor. We design, build, and operate museum, science center, exhibition, event, festival in the area of culture, art, heritage, and science.
Thank you for the introduction, and I believe you have a bigger potential than what you have said. Now, moving to Engineer Tariq, I would ask the same question. So, who are the global innovators and entrepreneurs?
So, the Global Innovation and Entrepreneurship Company is a company that's based in UAE and also in Egypt. We are working as a consulting firm for governments in innovation acceleration and innovation management. We've been tasked with a mission to empower innovators and enable ecosystems, especially in deep tech. Our work spans the management of hackathons, challenges, competitions, technical conferences, and a lot of value chain programs in order to empower the youth, not only to have an idea, but to be able to materialize it through a business model and a startup that can succeed regionally and internationally.
Great. Now, we understood what is your background as a company, but since the title is Vision to Reality, we would like to know more about your, let's say, milestones or achievements or the societal impact which both of the companies have achieved so far. So we will start with Ms. Asma.
Sure. So a lot of our project talents that emphasize, or our ethos at Talents is to create a social impact on the society or in the visitor or in the whomever the participant in our program or in our exhibition. So STEMania is one of project that we worked on, the STEM-based project that commissioned by Saudi Aramco. The project was totally for girls in schools, which reached 4,500 students across the kingdom and 16 different hubs within the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Mishkat is an interactive exhibition for the atomic and renewable energy, commissioned by KCARE, King Abdullah City for Atomic and Renewable Energy. The idea was how to educate the society about the subject of the atomic and renewable energy, and a museum or exhibition was a great idea to have that social impact and positive about the subject. The exhibition was for the children, and to start, it's the best way to educate the society is to start from the bottom, from the children, then the whole community will be educated about that subject. Maybe this, two examples of how social impact is embedded within talent vision.
Great. I would ask the same question again to you, Engineer Tariq. What are the milestones and achievements of GIE?
So for the milestones of GIE so far, we started in UAE in 2019 with a simple program called the Emerging Technology Week. That time it was with TRA. And from that time, we started working in hackathons, different hackathons like the UAE Hackathon, the NASA Space Challenge, and the hackathon for the talent-based economy as well in UAE. This was actually a stage that was preceded by a lot of work that was done before in Egypt since 8 years ago. And maybe I'll just talk about one of the success stories that would materialize, that would show our achievement, which is called the Arab IoT and AI Challenge. This challenge actually started in Egypt 8 years ago, and it was only in IoT when we convinced the government to have a program to empower innovators in this technology. And later on, with the success of this program and the continuous involvement of partners from the industry and the academia and the civil society, we managed to take this program through our UAE branch here, through our UAE company, GIE, to be implemented across all the Arab world. And actually, after this talk, we'll have the ceremony celebrating the winners of the 8th edition of this program here. And we did not stop there. We continued also across Africa. So this program is currently implemented in six African countries, 8 African countries, sorry. And we also implemented it in Latin America, and it's currently implemented in 6 countries of South America. So this actually one of the success models of how when you are able to create a collaboration between government and industry and academia and the civil society, you can take a simple idea from a simple pilot implementation to be implemented across the world and to have the same impact on the innovators and the ecosystem of innovation in all of these countries altogether.
Great. I believe in just few years, both of you were capable to achieve a lot, and this was in the past. So we will look now into the future. And again, the question is to Ms. Asma. As we are all aware, the KSA has a vision that by 2040, 2.5% of the GDP should be coming from investment in innovation and technology. So how are you well aligned with that vision?
So the kingdom aims to become a global leaders in research, development, and innovation. Our crown prince Mohammed bin Salman said that I'll invite everyone, all dreamers, innovators, investors, and thinkers to join us there in the kingdom to achieve our ambitions together and to build a pioneer model to unlock the value for data and AI and to build a knowledge-based economy to advance our present and future generation. So he stated that the kingdom aims to become a global leaders in research, development, and innovation, turning the annual investment, as you said, to 2.5% of the GDP by 2040. With the opportunity of having 63% of the Saudi population is under the age of 30. That means 20.3 million of the population is under the age of 30, which give us the greatest opportunity to invest in youth, train them, empower them, and empower our local talents, innovation in innovation in science and technology and entrepreneurship.
Of course, that's fantastic, and I believe the regions here visions are all aligned towards the future of technology and innovation. I believe. Do you have any comment on?
Yeah, it's actually what Asma said about the vision and the ambitious plans of Saudi Arabia as a kingdom to empower a youth of a generation of youth to be innovators, especially in technology areas. This is actually what convinced us as a company, GIE, to go and search for a partner like talents in Saudi Arabia so that we can combine efforts we can collaborate with each other, and we can get into a partnership agreement to replicate what we have done in all the Arab states to be done specifically in Saudi Arabia to empower the Saudi youth to be innovators and to be a talented workforce to serve the demands of the vision of the kingdom in the transformation from a regular economy of the GCC countries into an innovation-based economy.
Okay. Now, this will take me to another question. You said that there is a collaboration going on, or an agreement, I would say. So, can you please elaborate more on that kind of collaboration and why it is essential to have a partner in Saudi Arabia?
So I just mentioned that the essence of this partnership agreement is to find a partner in Saudi Arabia in which we can combine efforts to do specific programs that would empower innovators in deep tech areas. So you have a lot of hackathons, a lot of competitions, a lot of mentorship, a lot of access to tools and labs, and access to networks of big companies to provide platforms for development and to show actually the innovation potential. And these are the kind of programs we need to work on to transfer the knowledge, to transfer the experience, and to actually pick the right innovations, to pitch them to investors, and to be able to showcase that this region actually can depend on its own youth to solve its own problems and to be able to nurture a future that's beneficial for all the inhabitants of this region.
Okay, great. Would you like to elaborate more on your collaboration with GIE?
Yeah, of course. So in that collaboration or partnership, we would like to participate in the diversification in the economy of the country as part of our ambitious vision, as I mentioned before, to create a high value jobs, and like the aim is to create a high value jobs in the area of science and technology, to position Saudi Arabia as competing on a global scale for future challenges in AI, cybersecurity, and smart city technology. So I would like to be part of that movement, inshallah.
Inshallah, we wish you all the best for this with this collaboration and agreement, which will be signed, I believe, today. Now, we knew what you have done in the past and what you are currently doing. So, how about the future? I know the technology is moving very fast. So, I will not ask what is your plan for the next 10 years because no one knows with this moving technology very fast. So, let's say in the coming few years, how about or what you are seeing is coming for you as a company? And maybe we can start with Ms. Asma.
Okay, so to create leaders in innovation or a generation of innovator who can change the picture for the area or the region. Actually, I'd like to mention one of our projects where started a small and fab lab in schools that was commissioned by TETCO in Saudi Arabia, and we completed like 130 maker spaces within the school. We trained 200 teachers. Then these teachers trained 10,000 students to use the digital fabrication machine, how they can express their idea and put them together. I think this seeds we can build on it, and we can see the ecosystem for such initiatives through the future projects, inshallah, with the help and the knowledge of GIE within our side.
Well, actually, I'd like to elaborate on the way we shall be measuring our success. So we do not measure it only on terms of financial return, because this type of work that we are doing to enable the ecosystem and empower innovators, it's usually measured by the number of partnerships we are doing, the number of innovators we are teaching and taking their hands on, the number of economic opportunities for job employment, for startup creation. And this is the way we are trying to measure the outcome of this collaboration. And I think that with what Asma said about the vision of the kingdom and the kind of investment that's currently being put, this is a very high potential to achieve a lot of KPIs of these on these dimensions, and hopefully it will be a win-win for all the area here, GCC.
Again, we wish you all the best with your future plans. And this will take me to another question, which was, what do you think are your most challenges when it comes to reaching out to your goals? Is it financial challenges, finding the right partners? Is it technology moving very fast? We cannot cope with the technology. So if you can share with us your challenges, so the audience might also benefit from. Here, Ms. Asma, please, if you want.
So maybe one of the challenges that we're facing right now is the gap in skills for the graduated the graduated from university and what's needed for the workforce. Our and our plan is to fill that gap, to build these innovators, to fill that gap, and to help to build a sustainable future in these areas, inshallah.
I think also one of
I
the,
have just one follow-up question because I work in the academia, I work at the university, and this question is for you. Now, you said there is a gap between the graduates, maybe, or the students, and the actual outcome that you want
Yes.
to do. Do you think that schools and universities can solve this?
Yeah, so that's why we're looking for collaborating with the local university and get them on board by the having the university, academia, government together in the picture to achieve the vision.
I would like to elaborate more. Where is the gap, or what is specifically? Is it technical skill? Is it lack of knowledge and, I don't know, STEM skills, for example, or?
I guess the technical skills is where is the gap in, and such an initiative, such a program will fill, inshallah, these.
Okay.
I can
Sorry
take
to
over
make you
for
wait.
the other challenges. Yeah, no problem. For the
Go
other challenges,
Sure.
I think the main challenges in our business or our industry of building ecosystems is that you have different regulations in each place. You have different priorities in innovation and which technologies to focus on. You have different partners that you need to create that sweet spot where you create a win-win-win relation for all, so that every entity participating in a certain program is feeling that they are actually achieving their own mission and working towards their own vision. So these are always the challenges that we're all facing, and it prevents us from scaling up our programs. So if you want to scale a program, you just cannot replicate it as is in all places. You need to tweak it to match all these different dynamics, all of these different parameters. And these are the challenges we try to search for a solution for in each country. And we think that by partnering with talents, we can actually find these solutions easily.
So mainly regulations, policies. What about finance, like investors or finance, or no one elaborated?
I leave that to
on this.
Asma to answer.
I mean, if someone or the investors believe in your vision, they will put their money because they can see that يعني, from the beginning of the pyramid, like the kingdom is paving the way for the future to become a more dynamic and future ready for economy.
But again, the question is for you now. And sorry if the questions are challenging, but
Hit me.
I want the audience to know this. Now, you as GIE, Global Innovation and Entrepreneurship, is it the finance part? Is it the most challenging part? When an entrepreneur will come to you and tell you, I have a good idea, but I don't have the finance. Is it a misconception or is it a true challenge?
Okay, so innovation management actually has many value chain buckets, I'd say. So there is the ideation phase, there is the pre-incubation phase, there's the incubation phase, and after incubation, even the startups has several maturity stages like MVP stage, early stage, growth stage, and all of this. Different companies are working at different stages of this value chain. So for us, we're actually working in the pre-incubation stage. So the idea of having an entrepreneur coming and saying that I need investment or so, it's not that we are currently facing this heavily. Maybe this is evident for the graduates of our programs when they already have a ready business plan and they are ready to go. They are ready to go and make the startup live and operate. And we have several success stories from the programs that, for example, one of the robotics, this robot that's walking around, if anyone have seen it, this is actually a company in UAE, and one of our graduates from the robotics competitions we hold in Egypt. And meanwhile, these 2 days, we have the IROS competition robotics running in parallel in Khalifa University in Abu Dhabi. So the problem is that when something like this happens, we tend to go to our partners as well, the investment community, the angel investors, and we try to mentor the entrepreneur and the founding team on how to pitch their idea so that they can succeed in getting the fund, whether it's a seed fund or early fund. That's the way we contribute to helping the entrepreneur being able to access to funds. But the challenge that we are facing more actually is to find the quality of innovative ideas that would really be commercialized easily and would attract investors much more easily than being hard to understand or hard to find a commercial value out of it.
The time is going behind us, so I have just two more questions. The question which I have in mind is, as a region, as an Arab region, I would say, or the MENA region, how do you find it as a region we are competing with other regions in the world, or what's the future of the current region? Especially now we see that Saudi Arabia, UAE, Gulf region in general, Morocco, I believe, like in the region we have countries and governments who are pushing towards innovation and towards investment and research and development. So, and you are in the core business of this. So, do you have a positive view for the future when it comes to the future of innovation and sustainability of innovation?
I believe the future for innovation will be in this region. With all that effort that putting from the top of the pyramid until with consistence and in the vision until the bottom of the pyramid, the future for the innovation will be in that region, in this region, inshallah.
I believe the opportunities in this region are much more elsewhere because of the increasing challenges we are facing. The digital transformation way, the AI revolution, the renewable energy and green economy. And this region actually is ripe with a lot of youth population and with the visionary leaders of the region, whether in UAE or in Saudi Arabia, setting very ambitious strategic plans to transform into an innovation-based economy and putting a lot of investment to actually effect these strategies. This gives me an indication that there is a huge opportunity, but we need to collaborate together in order to come up with valuable something for the region.
Great. My final question would be, and we did not discuss this, but currently we are known as knowledge consumers. So what do you think the equation is to become, instead of knowledge consumers, to knowledge producers, or to be a knowledge hub? And again, this is, I believe, like one of your core businesses. What you are doing is to produce knowledge and to produce innovative ideas. And here I would like to start with Mohandas Tariq.
First is something that really needs to be across the whole culture, which is a far-arching goal and activities. But the thing we can focus on actually is the link between the academia and the industry needs to be a lot shortened. So, for example, one of the programs we did in Egypt before, and we have tried to implement across the Arab world as well, is to let the projects that is being developed by the graduating students, senior students in universities, be demanded from specific industrial companies. So they require a certain solution, and this solution actually is what the senior graduates work on in their graduation project. So this is one of the part that makes the graduates to or to bridge the skills gap that Asma talked about. It makes the knowledge at the graduation very relevant to the market and able to produce more when already being into the workforce environment. It's just one of the solutions. Maybe I'll leave for Asma there.
And I think presenting the product or the idea solutions and an event such as GITEX, where all the globals come together, caring about the innovation, that will make us in the near future producer for these solutions, inshallah.
Well as embracing a culture that celebrates failure and provides more and more opportunities for those who think outside the box, so that people are not afraid to try and fail and try and fail, and at the end you can succeed.
Celebrate failure. So it's such an interesting thing. Especially here, we are Arabs. We like to celebrate for everything. So it's every day we will have like rice and meat and celebrating each and every failure. Again, thank you for the speakers. Thank you for the enriching thoughts. Let's give them a round of applause. Shukran.